We could turn on the lights, maybe? Yeah, sure. We'll work on it. Anyway, I hope that you understand. I put this together very quickly because I only found out about this conference a couple of days before, about a week ago. So I put this presentation together very quickly. And I know it's very sporadic and kind of hard to follow, and I knew I was under the gun for time, so I was moving through it very quickly. But I'm telling you, there's no doubt in my mind from all the years that I have been able to talk with people in government and science and astronauts and medical people, in my mind, there's no doubt in my mind that we have been created. We are a test tube creation. Somebody has created us, and whoever that somebody is looks like us. So they have taken those Neanderthal and the ancient hominid creatures, which the world is filled with them. We know they're there because we're finding them everywhere, but they don't look like us. So we are a special creation, which is why the Bible says in Genesis, the gods said, "Come, let us make man in our image, after our likeness." Because for being so great, he's not that great. A bunch of hairy people out there eating each other and living like animals. So let's take one of the females and procreate with her and see what comes out of a connection between the gods and the indigenous creatures here. So I don't think evolution is the question. It's intervention is the question. Not that we evolved, but somebody intervened in our natural evolution and came here and crossbred with the indigenous creatures and created us. That's why one half of human is animalistic, other half is angelic. Because there is that part, like the Apostle Paul said, there's a war in our flesh between the man that we are and the man we want to be. That makes sense, because if we were like Neanderthal or Cro-Magnon man or these ancient hominid creatures, they live by instinct alone. Just eat, sex, fight, whatever. But now we are a different creation. We have a part of the sons of God in us. So we can now design beautiful music, build televisions, and go to the moon and think about the stars and have theology, philosophies, all these, and the great arts and sciences. Where did all that come from? My God, they were crawling around caves not long ago. And we're walking on the moon with computers. So I'm saying that that's a part of us, is that part that the DNA that they put into the humans a long time ago and were kind of bringing us along. That's why we call even humans today are called cultures. You know, that's a particular culture. A culture is something on a test tube, I mean, that you, yeah, so we are a culture. They have designed us. And whoever designed us, we look like them. And so in the Bible you can say, oh, well, they look like us. No, no, no. You look like them. They don't look like you. Why? Because they look like what you look like, where they came from. They look like what you look like now. So they have intervened in your evolution. And so therefore there's that inside of us is that desire to know wisdom, to know the stars, to know where we've come from. And at night, you look out into the stars, you know, ask a child 7 years old, where's God? He's out there. Well, that's right, he's out there. But I hate to tell you this, if God's out there, that means he's extraterrestrial. Because if he was here from Cleveland, Ohio, it would be terrestrial. But if God's out there, it means he's extraterrestrial. He's out there. And ask where angels come from. Where do angels come from? A child will tell you, they're out there. They come from out in heaven. Well, yeah, walk out at night, look into the sky. What are you looking at? Heaven. So if God is in heaven, yeah, he's out there in the stars. You'll say, yeah, I'll bet he's out there in the stars. No, he was out there in the stars. They are here. They live. They're here. And I am totally convinced that that is the case. We are being ruled by extraterrestrial intelligence. Whoever these people are who are running the earth, are highly advanced in science, and they're bringing us along. Little by little, they are mutating the species. They're mutating us. We used to be back in the 20s, just regular people, poor people working. Now we're getting sophisticated with computers and Hollywood, and we're moving now into the concept of procreating with the brain and the computer, going to the moon. It's a whole different kind of creature is being developed right now. By who? Somebody out there is messing with us. And so I'm saying what you need to do is take back your own humanity and no longer buy into any religious system, no cultural systems, none of this. Start thinking for yourself. Educate your mind. Where do things come from? Where do words come from? Where do these ideas and concepts come from? I'm not buying into anybody's religion, their governments, their systems of education, none of it. I don't buy any of it. For a long time I've been questioning where do we get our knowledge about anything? Somebody's manipulating us. This is why we have something called politically correct. You've got to understand, you've got to go to school and learn what you're supposed to so you can get a job and work and fit in with the society. I don't want to fit in with society. There's nothing about society I want to fit in with, period. I just want to have people start thinking for themselves and asking questions. When I was 9 years old, say it again? What did you say?
Let him take a break. What happened when you were 9 years old? Yes, continue, please.
When I was 9 years old, I was confirmed as a Catholic confirmation. And the nuns told us, she said, tomorrow at Sunday at church will be a confirmation ceremony, and the bishop is going to be here. And it's going to be a very important time for you children. And so after the confirmation service is over tomorrow night in church, the bishop might possibly ask you if you have any questions, because now that you're Catholic, the bishop may ask you if you have any questions. Now, if that happens, you do not ask any questions ever. You sit down and shut up. You don't have any questions. And so that's what I needed. So that night after the confirmation was over, when the confirmation was over, the bishop did say, if you children have any questions, I'll try and answer them. So I stood up to make sure they damn well know who I am. I stood up and I said, yes, I have a question. And I'm 9 years old. And I said, my father works with torches, like a welder. And I said, could I take a torch and turn up the fire on the torch and burn an angel? If there was an angel here, could I burn him and hurt him? And he says, what do you mean burn an angel? I said, if I had a torch, could I burn an angel? Would it hurt him? And he said, no. You couldn't hurt an angel. I said, why not? He said, well, fire is a physical thing. It takes wood or plastic or paper or something to burn. You can't burn an angel. And I said, why not? And he said, because angels are spirits. You can't burn a spirit. And I said, well, why am I concerned about going to hell where my spirit will burn forever and you can't burn a spirit? So the priest said, you? Yes, sit down and shut up. In front of everybody. But I already knew what was going on. I already realized that adults don't know any more about the world than kids. As a matter of fact, adults can learn a lot from listening to children. Adults have already got their whole little system and routine going that is nothing more than a manipulation that they've been taught in their colleges and schools. But talk to a child who's never had any of that crap in his mind, and they will ask all kinds of off-the-wall questions because they're seeing the real truth. So that's what I'm recommending humans do. Start waking up. Your brain is like a parachute. Don't work if it ain't open. So start using your mind and your brain and questioning everything, especially religion, especially government, and especially anytime someone is called an authority, because the word authority comes from author. So when they say, well, the authorities, there is no authority. My God is my authority. So I don't give a damn about authority. I don't care about government. I have no respect for religion. I got no respect for none of this whole stinking, dirty system that somebody has created above us and manipulating us. I, for one, want my humanity back, and I want to make my own decisions, and I don't care what Hollywood is putting out. I don't care what's required in service, in the services of this country. I don't care about any of this. I want to do my own thinking. I'll ask the questions, and I'll do my own research. And that is very serious, because now you're thought of as a revolutionary. And by God, that's what I am, and that's what I've always been. and I want to lead a revolution.